it's missing.
Oh,
Queen and Powell.
oh, that one, yeah,
That's just the records.
yeah. I call the meeting to order. Linda, you have roll call?
Mayor Crane.
Here.
Councilmember Schultz.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Sayre.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Tanner.
Here.
Attorney Powell.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Minutes stand approved.
Jim sign those and Brad has to sign both of those as president. Review economic development meetings, that's the redevelopment of the president.
The electric department has a chipper, one that took a tumble down the hill. And I have a gentleman that would like to buy it, works for Ember Service Corporation.
We have to advertise for bids for it, Brad.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. I think a fair price would be around 3,000. He's got some work to do on it, but it rolled a couple of times and
How's it operational even?
I think so. He feels like it is.
Is that something that recently happened, Brad, with the chipping?
A year ago,
Okay.
yeah. The old chipper. You want me to entertain, getting, advertising for it?
Offers.
Okay,
I'll second.
okay. We have no reason to keep it, really. We have a good one. Okay. We have in front of you a proposal replacing the posts at the big pavilion. They pretty much all need it, 4x6s and 6x6s. $5,210. Steve Dunham Construction.
Well, all these on the outside perimeter? of the-
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, cause the middle ones are bigger than this,
Yes,
yeah. This is all outside perimeter. Yeah.
and they all pretty much need it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's a fair price.
I'll make a motion that we accept his bid to replace these posts.
Have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Josh,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. I talked with Reeve Riley today. They're about 3 weeks away and, coming to put, do our paving,
That include 13th Street?
including 13th Street. They're making the manholes right now. We should have those in. They said that should work out about the 3rd or 4th week of September. Would be pretty good.
Be nice to get it down before the leaves start falling.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
So that's what I found out there. The other, there's a quote in front of you from Bi-State Asphalt. Some properties that have needed some asphalt, some paving over the last few years. First Street is in front of Lance Thurlow's house. And, this would go past his garage. That will allow Lance to build a street into his garage. The next one is just patching a large hole in the alley behind the, house with the Lions Antique Store. The next one is the alley at the east end of Washington Street. It needs, some placed at the end and about 10 or 12 feet going each way on the alleys that go across to keep snow and rain from bringing asphalt, or rocks down the alley and down Washington Street. And then there's an area on Washington Street, just west of 12th Street, that has a failure that needs to be cut out and patched.
It's been there for some time.
Yeah, it has. And then, 11th Street, between Orchard and Sunset, at the end of Sunset, it goes up to where Keith lived, and then over to Orchard. And, I think we should do all 5 of these. $26,130.
I make a motion, we go ahead and get these fixed.
I'll second.
Okay, Josh,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0 on the paving. I had a request for a block party on Douglas Manor on October 7th at 5 o'clock. I don't know how long it'll last, probably a while.
There's some wild people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
So, I think they're probably just gonna shut it down and, Jim and Dee Jordan, and they said they've talked to everybody. So, I would, say there's no problem there. Does anybody have a problem with that? Okay.
Ticks me off, they went over my head.
Well, yeah. You wanna talk?
You'll be
Most
right
things do,
down,
don't they?
you'll be right down there in it anyway.
I think we should do something with the signs in the yards. These signs, are just a nuisance anymore. There's so many of them.
Been out there long enough.
Benchmark Family Services, the light blue ones, about fostering a child. That is not a non-profit organization. That is a for-profit organization.
Wasn't that the same with them soliciting?
Yeah.
Did they come in here and get a permit
No.
or whatever? Huh?
No,
Well, I'll take it
No.
now.
Get rid of them.
and I think we need to have some kind of rules on the roofing contractors. If they're gonna roof a house, they can leave their sign up for whatever, a week, whatever.
Well, most of those done though, most of them put their signs out when they, to help the residents keep from having repeated people coming up there wanting to give them an estimate. You know,
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah, and I think we've taken care of that pretty much.
Yeah. But if, if they go in there and roof the house, and they get her done out, they need to take the signs.
Yeah,
There's still a lot of them all over town.
yeah,
That happened several months ago.
it just, it just looks tacky.
How you gonna approach it, Brad?
Well, I think we have to do an ordinance. But I think we need to do something because it looks tacky. They put them on every corner and, political signs are bad enough, but they only stay up for so long.
By the time we get an ordinance done, advertised and all that, they'll probably be gone anyway.
Yeah. City of Danville's got
But-
a strong.
Yeah.
Sign ordinance.
Yeah.
Be good to see the way that's written.
Yeah. So I think we ought to check that out,
I do too.
okay? Jefferson Street property over here between Fifth and Sixth, on the south side. No porch on the front, you know, the two-story.
Well, gray one.
Yeah, he, you know, he was here a year and a half ago. He said he'd fix where the tree,
You know what?
yeah, he didn't, a year and a half ago, so I think we start condemnation proceedings on that. I don't think it's livable. I don't think it's fit for anybody to live in.
Everybody lives there now.
Oh, I think so.
I think
There's
it has
all-
been.
there's like 4 apartments there or something.
Yeah,
But it's junk.
I think there was people living there when it didn't have it.
yeah.
Or water, either one.
I don't know about the hot water, I don't think it had power.
Yeah. Is that okay if I turn that over to Attorney Val?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And Rodney Grove here, Third Street property was supposed to be for sale as of August 1st. So, has anybody been by it lately?
They're on Third,
Yeah,
just south of, north of McDonald's.
I don't think it's acceptable like it is.
I don't think so.
No doors, no windows in the front,
They've never put it up for sale.
no. And,
Well, that was included in the,
mediation agreement,
mitigation agreement.
yeah,
Maybe we just need to send him a letter and get him to, get
yeah.
a for sale sign out there on it.
I'll have Taylor address that too. Great,
Just, as you know, we've got our NPDES permit approved from IDEM,
yes,
just got it Friday. Good for another 5 years. And it's in, did you read through it? I did today. It's in 2 parts for
Yeah.
before construction and after construction. And the parameters actually get a little less stringent after the construction, so.
yeah,
I think it's fine. I don't think we need to mess with it anymore. We're good for next 5 years.
I think we're okay,
So,
yeah.
renewal in 5 years, I shouldn't have to mess with that. You
never
never know.
Never know.
Never say never.
By the way, I like your tattoo.
You like that?
Thanks, Greg.
Yep.
Bart, Jared,
So I gave you a copy of the quotes for, some of the equipment for the new truck. Got one from Powell's, which will be for, battery operated saws and stuff like that. For 3810, hose appliances was 12,393, and hose was 24,442, for a total of 40,645. This is not everything, there'll still be more stuff to add, but,
when are we gonna have everything?
when?
Yeah,
We'll have to get it ordered, and then we're going to wait on the truck to get here too, cause we'll have to get some stuff to put, the brackets and stuff like that, so we can get stuff mounted.
right,
So, I wanna move forward with starting to order this stuff, cause with, some of the stuff, they just told us the other day it could take up to 6 months to get. So, I wanna,
So the hose, Some of the hose.
hose and the appliances, yes.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the money I know was taken from the insurance off the damage from the other engine, and we put that into the public safety account, I believe. So, I just wanna make sure we can start ordering stuff, so we can get the bills turned in and stuff, and get them paid. Or we know right now, that, I mean, I haven't heard anything else unless Garth heard something in the last week or so, but still sounds like we could be that end of October, first, second week of November, possible delivery,
Okay,
so.
I don't have a problem, is everybody okay?
Need to make a motion to
Yeah.
let him order this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a motion and let him get them ordered.
I'll second.
Josh,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
If you have any questions on that stuff, just let us know, we'll explain it, so. We do have three individuals right now that's, we've taken on, that will be taking the class, Perrysville.
Okay.
So that'll add 3 more to the roster. That starts in mid-September,
Okay,
so,
How many total will that give you?
I'm sorry.
How many total people will that give you?
Not counting our officers, that should be around 13 or 14, so. So we'll have roughly about 19 to 20 total right now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're getting there, We're still got room for more.
Yeah.
Did you lose a couple? I thought they said 5 the last year.
Well, we had a couple of ones for sure about, so we never heard back from them, so. We had a couple more that was interested, but we never heard any more, so. I mean, we still got time, you know, if anybody else still wants to take the class, we still got another couple weeks, so. And that's all I think I've got right now, if anybody else got questions.
While we're with Bart, I met Bart and Garth up on the golf course up there, and they were walking it off to, see where they need to put hydrants out there.
mm-hmm,
We've come to the conclusion right at the top of the hill off of that 8-inch line would be a good place for us, the city. I think Casey told me the other day they got 1 steamer left to put at that, where those 2 roads go into the golf course, right there off of that line, for a shuttling point for them. And I think, it'd be a good idea to get that in there ASAP, right now.
So they're on the east side of the river road.
Yeah, they're on the, be on the east side of the river road. There's an 8-inch water line that runs across the river road over to the, right between the 2 entrances to that addition out there. But it is a good shuttling point for.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely gonna help us, so.
Well, it'd help you right now.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
for a shuttle point.
So did Clark, did
I
anybody talk to him?
I've talked to him twice, and at the last time I talked to him, we did not have the number of hydrants they're gonna have to put out there. Until I find that out, then I can meet with him to show him where they're recommending to put it, okay?
Did he talk like he
He doesn't, I mean, I told him, I said, you know, you may be in the area of 4, maybe 5 hydrants out there, and he didn't backfire or nothing with me over the phone, you know? But then again, maybe he hasn't even looked in across the fire either. I know you found some, Brad, for a pretty good price,
2,800.
2,800,
Yeah.
yeah, that was utility supply, wasn't
And
it?
that was that's a 3-way that we hooked the truck on and suck out of a 6-inch mechanical joint.
Yeah,
So how far apart can those be? Is it like 300 feet? Is there a number
That's
for those fire hydrants?
That's what we'd like to see, and
300
that's why
feet.
there's one on each corner in town. So that's
The
pretty
max
close.
distance between hydrants is 1,000 feet. Because
Yeah.
we carry 1,200 on the engine
As far as water
for
goes.
supply line, so.
Yeah.
And if you have them within 1,000 feet, you can go 500 feet each direction and
Yeah.
reach the middle of the block.
Yeah,
So, that way you can actually tag 2 hydrants if you need to for the water supply.
yeah,
But that's a max extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, preferable is 300 foot.
300 to 500 would be ideal.
Where we at?
Okay.
What do we know about the pipes? Yeah.
I told Jeff when they put them in, I'd get a hold of me so that I can look at the pipe and see whether it's SDR 21 or C900. That's what he's supposed to do, but until I tell him where these gotta be, we don't know when they're gonna be.
Who's he gonna have put them in?
Well, that's what I'll find out from him.
I'd rather do it ourselves, so we know what's going on.
Well, you know, us put them in, them buy the hydrants and they put them in, well, you're not just talking about the fire hydrant, you're
Yeah.
talking about a slip joint
Yeah,
and valve,
right,
you know, too, so
Yeah.
those are the things that's gonna, how many they got put out there, those are the things that's gonna be involved in putting in just the fire
Yeah.
hydrant, you know. So they are gonna be out some expense, now whether you want our guys to put them in, well, that's beside the point to me, you know, I don't care who puts them in, we just need to know what pipe's out there. For sure.
yeah,
You give me SCR 21 and your plan, the plans that they submitted to us was C900,
yeah,
so we need to find out what's in the ground now.
yeah.
We need to
Okay.
get Taylor to do some investigations exactly where our authority is when you're talking about, subdivision outside the city limits. What controls we have to be able to know what the kind of things like this
Yeah.
are, so we don't run into this situation in
Yeah.
the future with substandard
Yeah,
water protection.
okay,
And streets and everything else for
Yeah.
that matter. We
Yeah.
need to know where our authority starts and ends.
yeah,
So
I can almost guarantee it's gonna be a minimum of 5 additional hydrants we're about to put in.
you're looking at 5 additional hydrants. Can I call him up and tell him that? Okay.
With the two that's out there, and the other one we're gonna put in, city's gonna put in, and then 5 more, that'd be 8 hydrants total.
Right. Okay. Then I can call him up and tell him that, and, at that time when I talk to him, you want me to, say that the city will install them, you buy the valve,
Yeah.
fire hydrants,
yeah,
and the sleeve, and the city will put them in.
yeah. 5 hydrants, he'll have about 18,000 in it, with the valves and the sleeves and the valve boxes.
But you want me to go ahead and tell him that the city will install them if they like?
I think so,
If that's the easiest, if that's the way we wanna address it, why, that's what I'll tell them. I mean, the city's not gonna be out any money for material,
no,
just manpower.
Right.
Man.
right,
We're gonna be able to GPS locate them at that point when we put them in.
we'll be okay on that, yeah.
Okay, I'll call him tomorrow.
We'll have to get back out there and get more where we want them,
Yeah,
but yeah, other than that, it's fine.
I can go ahead and tell him 5. In the meantime, you wanna get a hold of KC and tell him to get that other hydrant at the entrance to the.
Yeah.
Get that done?
Yeah.
Cause that will provide them a place to shuttle some water.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, I'll talk to KC tomorrow and Jeff Clark, okay, that's all.
Okay. Josh?
The only thing I had was just kind of a repeat from last time as far as the videos getting posted to the website and the list of past ordinances being added to the minutes of the website. There still hasn't been anything new added to the website.
As soon as he gets me the videos, I'll put them on
Okay.
You have ordinances to put on?
there. I don't have any ordinances, other than when I put the originals on there.
Okay,
They've been pretty much up to date until, the middle of June, and then everything has stopped, so.
He's supposed to give me access so that I can do it myself, but he hasn't done it yet.
Okay.
I'll try to look on there tomorrow, find out what the last one is and just send you copies.
Well, I mean, I can, oh, the ordinance, okay.
I haven't seen an ordinance on there since 2020 though. Has there been any added since then?
yeah,
We put everything on there that we had, and then.
I mean, there's been a lot of ordinances, especially this TIF and stuff coming out.
Yeah, we haven't put anything
Those are
on there.
resolutions though.
Well, resolutions and,
Yeah, I don't think the resolutions have ever been put on the website at all, that's a whole nother,
Yeah,
things.
ordinances are the only thing that's been put on there.
Yeah, and that came through the codification.
So the resolutions,
The
why would
resolutions
we
are
not put,
not on the website.
why would we not put those on too?
We just really started doing the ordinances, I'm not sure why the resolutions aren't on there, they just haven't been, I mean, I can try to get them on to you, but it'd take a long time.
Well, I think the whole point of all of it is to be transparent and open to the public, so I would like to make a motion that we put resolutions, everything that's public knowledge on our website for people that are interested to look at.
They're
Well-
public documents anyways, I mean, they're available upon request, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
We spent
and-
$12,000 to have a video system put in here. There's been an issue for years about transparency with the public. Public's been asking for it. It's something that's already established on our website. We need to utilize it.
You got plenty of bandwidth for it. We got plenty of bandwidth to be able to handle
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what about like the economic development, meeting you had there August 7th, those two meetings, that was put on video, will that be put out there too? People can see that?
Were they televised? Is it,
I was told they were.
I'll have to check and see. Justin,
I don't have anything, right?
Joe?
The only thing I've got is, getting this big pavilion done, getting the volleyball court done, you know, get these things done before we start any other project.
Well, we're doing the stage.
Yeah, and the stage.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 projects down there that I need to get taken care of.
The volleyball is, you just gotta decide what we're gonna put on the corners. And they keep taking the thing apart,
I know,
so,
I know it,
you know.
and I don't know what that might be cats taking their.
And I went down at 8:30 yesterday, those kids were messing around, 16-year-old kids in the restrooms. So, you know, it's just never ending.
I know it.
I think one of those was my nephew,
I just,
Who?
Jackson Keller. Was he in a blue car?
Yeah.
He wasn't messing, they were just using the restroom. You came down there and talked to him.
I did. They were all in the restroom.
Yeah, we were there.
Maybe they were.
I don't know what they were doing.
I don't know what they were doing, if it takes 4 of them to go to the restroom.
I don't know.
Or.
Well, I think one went at a time there.
Yeah.
No, they all went.
They were all
running.
But they didn't do anything in there, correct?
I don't know. It didn't look like it, so I
I
locked
mean,
him
I'll
up.
tell.
Yeah, I locked him up. I didn't know he was your nephew though.
I just heard about it today.
He tell you I took a picture of his license plate?
My sister told me that.
Okay, good. And that's what I'll continue to do. That's all I had. Okay. Brad?
As you know, we had an issue come up with the state, League of Women Voters, who was pointing out that ourselves and Attica missed the deadline about redistricting according to population. Were you able to find out what detail we have as to how we can even draw lines through the city? Do we know the detail on that
No.
population?
Never heard anything of it before. No. The League of Women Voters.
State League of Women Voters. The ones bringing up the issue.
What's the deal?
Apparently, every 10 years, we have to redistrict based on population, and we missed the last deadline, that's at Attica. Not sure what our next deadline is at this point. but
Who's it up to
something
do?
we need
Who's supposed to do it?
Do you know the regulation on that in particular?
For the county, it's the commissioners, but the clerk's office usually works with whoever is redoing the districting based on the census. So that's how they find out where everybody lives. And so, I mean, I'd be more than happy to look into the issue for you guys if you'd like and get you some more information.
I just don't know how we know the detail of who lives where to be able to figure out how to draw lines, or
There
what.
should have been some information come to you guys from AIM, the Association of Indiana Municipalities. They should have been steering the direction for you guys if there was, deadlines for that. So you might reach out to them to see if they have any information for it, cause I'm sure you guys are, you know, all the small towns in the state of Indiana, I'm sure every one of them that have districts would be under the same thing, and the same rules would apply.
In this particular case, they were looking at cities, which is why we got caught, us in Attica.
There's only 2 cities.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know.
But, you know, if it's even, we're gonna address it, we gotta figure out how to get even to the detail to figure out how
Yeah.
to draw those lines.
Somebody's gotta let us know.
Exactly.
Another option would be to contact the Indiana Election Division for the districts as well. So, if you want me to ask questions for you, I'd be more than happy to.
Sure, that'd be great. Yeah.
Since it's only every 10 years, I doubt if there's any deadline that's looming over us, since we just missed this past one, but it's something we ought to look at.
Check every house and everything, you went around, checked one. What was that?
I don't know.
You did that about 2 years ago.
It's 2021, I
This
think, was
is
the last
every
census.
10 years, because it comes off the census.
Each one every year.
Yeah, well, here's
Every 10 years.
Yeah,
here in town,
so it would have been 20, that would, unfortunately, would have been right in the middle of COVID this year, this last time, so.
Yeah, and then what going on.
That's probably why it didn't happen.
knock on doors and said they won't come.
That's right. Yeah, COVID kind of screwed the census up.
Yeah. Sent this in. The red line.
We'll check, Brad.
Okay.
You have anything else?
No.
Bob?
The only other thing I got, everything's been answered, except, since the Ready Grant money's been approved and everything, are we ready to advertise for bids out there?
We're ready to take some, yeah,
We don't have to advertise, right?
we don't have to advertise.
We don't have to advertise for
No.
bids?
We can get 2 or 3 quotes,
Well, I just know 2 others that's interested in bidding on it.
okay?
That's all I got.
All right, sounds good.
That's all I got.
Anybody?
Yeah, I got something. I just wanna know, like, for this Ready Grant 2.0, who's in charge of, deciding what the rules are for that?
IEDC, I think.
Okay, but then, just like this Ready Grant 1.0, that came down, but it was just decided upon by the city council or by the mayor, I'm not sure who actually decided what got submitted to the Lafayette Chamber of Commerce.
Didn't you submit things, Brian? We've been through this so many damn times. I'll tell you what, I'm just,
No, we were told to send it to Lafayette Chamber of Commerce, okay?
Yeah.
That's what we were told, but then from them, they
Chris-
said it had to go through the city.
Chris Brock told you to do that. She didn't tell you to send it, email it to her.
We did email it to her. And she was responsible for turning it into the Lafayette Chamber of Commerce.
I would say this will be probably the same way,
So the 2.0
Yeah.
would be the same way?
I would say.
Okay, so
We'll get more
who
information.
will decide that from the city though? Will that be the council or will that be you?
Well, there's stuff on down, the county decided, it was then given to the county, and the county decided to split it between us and Attica. Once we
That
lose
was the
that money,
that was the
then-
original that came down. I just wanna know what the rules are gonna be for this Ready Grant
I don't think we
2.0.
know everything yet, because one thing it's different, because we will submit projects. So the projects will be submitted. It won't be that.
From the city?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
So
or
if I turn
county,
something in-
or county.
Okay, if I turn something in, who do I need to see to turn that in?
I don't know yet, but I'll find out,
I need an answer for
cause
that.
it got delayed from August to March, so.
This will be a state grant,
Yeah.
not federal.
Right.
The one you got, the Ready Grant
Right.
is federal.
And they delayed it from,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They pushed the date back, didn't they?
Pushed it back from August to March,
Yeah.
the end of March.
But I'd check with EDC as to what has to be submitted.
And who to?
Well,
Well, I'm told to send everything, or to talk to I was told to talk to the mayor and the city council, so that's why I came to the council
Okay.
meetings to discuss in front of everybody.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
I just need to know, if we wanna proceed with something on that, we gotta find out what the details are and decide what we wanna. Are you gonna put in for anything for the Ready Grant 2.0?
I don't know, I haven't decided
Yeah,
yet.
that might be interesting to know for me.
Yeah,
And then this Covington Economic Development Commission, is there actually two commissions, or is there just one? There's one called the Economic Development, and then one's called, like, the Redevelopment Commission.
the redevelopment commission and the economic development commission are two different commissions within the city.
And how are these members chosen?
The county council chooses one. The common council chooses one, and I choose one. So, for instance, Brad Smith was the council's pick. Justin Martin is on there serving at the pleasure of me. And Dudley Cruey was picked to serve on the county council.
So who is actually the president of the commission? I couldn't read their signature there.
I am in both cases.
Who is it?
I am in
You are?
both cases.
Okay. Okay, I just couldn't tell the name first.
That's mine scribbled.
No, that's all right, let them do it. Okay, so I got another question as far as, the Shiloh development, has that been turned into IDEM? Because I don't see it on this map here that shows the current things there. So, and then our engineer has sent you some drawings of the Whispering Willows development, and have you got those yet? Because he has to have your signature to be able to turn them into IDEM. So,
I don't think so.
I need you to look at them and either approve them or let me know what you don't
Yeah, I don't.
agree with.
When did he send them?
He got hold of Greg either last week or the week before, and Greg said that he wasn't really in favor of the project, but he said he would let you know, so I don't know, did you let Brad know that he had called?
Yeah, I sent email, forwarded that stuff to you.
Okay.
So I would like to get, without delay, get that approved, or let me know what's not correct on it.
Okay. And it came from,
Came from Cameron Seymour, so it's Seymour and Sons.
It's Cameron with a K, right?
I think it's Cameron with a C.
Didn't see. Yeah.
And I just had one other question there. So you were given, you and Scott, when your development was given $750,000 from the Ready Grant 1.0, then you've got a tip for 1.35 million. So adds up to 2.1 million. All the assistance that we've had added up to a grand total of 0. So I wondered, our totals added up to 0 that we got for assistance for our developments. Is the city willing to, like a lot of these roads are being put in, like 13th Street, you have the one put in going back to the Shiloh development. Will they put in part of a road for us or anything out there on our development, Whispering Willows?
I don't think they're putting in any that are on ours. Right.
Well, but you're gonna do Orchard Drive, so you're saying those were existing roads then?
Yeah, Orchard.
Well, the
Orchard
one
Drive.
between the BMV and the assisted living was not, that was a new road.
That was put in for Kip White. Because
But where does it lead to?
it leads to the property behind the assisted living. And that,
So the answer is no, that you would not be able
That
to
was-
help us out on the road with this community crossings or anything?
That was put in at the request of Kip White to sell the land to Paul Offit.
So there's nothing out there to help, as far as if we wanna develop that to be able to put any kind of road or anything in? Cause you mentioned December 19th of last year, that if we wanted to develop something there, you'd be willing to help us out on the road and stuff there. It's on one of the videos. And
What?
so go back to the December 19th video and
That's my birthday.
did it? Happy birthday back then. But you said that you'd even be willing to help out with putting the road stuff in if Brian showed any interest in developing it. So go back to December 19th video. Everything I've always said has been factual, so.
Okay.
So just go back and look at it. And tell me, I mean, I don't know, I'm asking you, is there anything that the city can do to help out? I mean, you got
think
2.1 million, but
I think, no, I don't have 2.1 million.
you've got assistance for 2.1 million.
Well, that's not exactly true either. That is money on the TIF that we could borrow ourselves, that we would borrow, that we would pay back. So it's kind of a misnomer. And that was the maximum amount, and that's what was set before. But, I think it's a little premature right now to be talking about that. I haven't seen your plans,
You need to, I guess, go in your email.
okay?
It should be there.
I get emails every day, I'll check it out though,
I appreciate it.
okay? Paula, do you have anything?
No, just happy to be here.
Hey, Carol?
You're changing your meetings in October, correct?
Yes,
And is it the first Monday, it will be at 6 o'clock?
that's correct,
Okay,
yes,
and only one meeting a month?
yes. Heath? Okay. I know you girls don't. Meeting's adjourned.
The first one.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do about the driveway into, over there?
Huh?
The last time it rained,
That's right.
I drove in there and two swimmers jumped out.
Fair.
Over there by.
All right, girls, you can go home now.
That was on the- we got a place to go. Two swimmers jumped out.
Where's the road all that?
Not that either.
In the alley?
Uh, where you get it.
Oh, yeah.